My name is Emily, I'm 19 and I'm a trans woman. My best friend is called Rebecca. One day we were hanging out at her house and we saw a story on the news. It was about a department store not letting trans people use their changing rooms. Her older brother said, "It's only right, people need to feel safe, don't they?" I wanted to sink into the ground. Is that what people think about me? Did I make them unsafe? I just want to be able to buy clothes like everyone else. I wanted to challenge him, but I was just so embarrassed. It's hard to be confident when you feel like your identity is always under attack. But then Rebecca spoke up for me. She challenged some of the myths around trans people, gave her brother some real information. He ended up saying he was sorry. Rebecca comforted me too, and said she'd come clothes shopping with me. "If I belong there, you do too," she said. "And I'll always stick up for you." Having friends who stick up for you, it's the best feeling in the world.
My name is Phoenix. I'm 16 and I'm questioning my gender. All throughout my life, people have made assumptions about me. When I was little, I used to wear dresses and people would assume I was a girl, which I was mostly okay with. I just didn't like that they assumed I only wanted to do girl things, whatever those are supposed to be. When I was a bit older, people thought I was gay. "Why don't you just come out?" they said. "We all support gay people." When I said I wasn't interested in anyone, they thought I was lying. Later on, a few friends assumed I was a trans girl. They told me I should just come out so I could start college as a girl. It was meant in a friendly way, but it made me feel nervous. The truth is, I don't know yet who I am. When I told my mum this, she hugged me and she said that's okay. She said that whoever I am is perfect, that it's my choice what to tell people about me and when. It made me feel a lot better to hear that. Nobody gets to decide who I am, except for me. When I know, and when I'm ready to let people know, that's when they'll know.
My name is Connor. I'm 18 years old, I'm a trans man, and I'm autistic. I knew that I wanted to start hormones, but when I went to speak to my doctor about it, he said he couldn't refer me because of my autism. He said you needed to be mentally well to transition. But my autism isn't an illness I can cure. It's who I am. It's how I experience the world. I can't stop being autistic, and I can't stop being trans. How can something that's a part of me stop me from being myself? I was so depressed after talking to my doctor. I felt like there was no hope to be totally myself. But my friends checked up on me and asked me what was going on. They told me my doctor was wrong. There was nothing wrong with being both autistic and trans. So I found a support group for autistic trans people. Turns out you can have autistic pride just like you have trans pride. They helped me register with a new doctor. My new doctor is great. She understands me a lot better. I've been referred to a gender dysphoria clinic now. It's a long wait, but at least I feel like I've got some hope again.
My name is Mo. I'm 15 years old and I'm a trans boy. I told my parents I was a boy when I was 10 years old. They were really unhappy about it at first. I could tell. My mom even cried. I didn't understand why it made them so sad. It made me feel bad, like I'd done something wrong. They ended up talking to a parent support group, and things got better at home. When I was 12, they even agreed to talk to our doctor about it. He didn't know much, but he referred me to a specialist clinic. And I've been waiting to see them for 3 years. 3 years! That's a whole fifth of my life. If I had a broken arm, would I have to wait 3 years to get an x-ray? This feels just as urgent and painful as a broken arm to me. I hear people talk about how kids shouldn't rush into anything, but I'm not rushing. I'm crawling like a turtle, and every day it feels harder to crawl. Thankfully, I've got a group to help me too, a group for kids like me, run by a great youth worker who's also trans and who understands us. Without them, I'm not sure what I'd do. They're my lifeline while I do my turtle crawl.
My name is Aspen. I'm 14 years old and I'm non-binary. Going to PE class used to be a nightmare. "Girls on this side of the room," the teacher would yell, "and boys on the other." I'd stand in the middle, just totally lost. Sometimes I'd run to one side, sometimes to the other. Either way, I'd feel like I'd get into trouble, and like everyone's eyes were on me. I hated feeling I was being stared at, and like I was doing something wrong just for being me. Then, my PE teacher went to training. I guess teachers need to learn things too sometimes. Suddenly PE was a lot nicer. "Okay folks," the teacher would call out, and we didn't get divided into boys and girls anymore. We just did sports and games together. I didn't feel like all eyes were on me anymore, and for the first time in my life, I actually enjoyed playing sports. Turns out, I'm actually pretty good at it too.
My name is Maya. I'm 17 and I am a trans girl. I changed my name by deed poll when I was 16 years old. I was so proud and happy that day. When I took it to my school though, they said they would change my name, but they couldn't change my gender in their system. We can't change your gender marker until you get a gender recognition certificate. That's just the rules. I was super confused. You can't get a gender recognition certificate until you're 18, and even then, you need to prove you've been living in your gender for 2 years. How am I supposed to prove I've been living as my gender if they don't let me change my gender at school? It didn't make sense to me. I told my form tutor about all this, and she said, "Leave it with me." She did some research and talked to the administration. Turns out they can change my gender in school system. They just assumed that they couldn't. Thanks to my form tutor's help, I'm now properly named Maya at school. It's great. I feel like I can just live my life now.